Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on subject verb agreement. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. We're doing grade 1. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of subject verb agreement. All right. So our chapter is subject verb agreement. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 1. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of subject verb agreement is one or more than one, and to complete the sentence with the best verb. So that is going to be our lessons for today. One or more than one, and to complete the sentence with the best verb. All right. All right. So when it comes to subject verb agreement, right? Within a sentence, our subject and our verb needs to agree with one another. So the subject, it's the person, animal, place, or thing that does the action. And then our verb is the action that takes place, right? That the subject is doing. That is the verb. So our verb as well as our subject, they need to be in agreement with one another when it comes to both singular as well as plural subjects. So when it comes to our subject verb agreement, some sentences are about one person, one animal, one place, one thing, and we call that singular subject. Aiden, can you please stop with what you're doing, please? Can you please stop with the spamming? Is it Aiden Austin, please? All right. So, like we say, some sentences are about one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. We call that singular subject, right? All right. And then when it comes to our, for example, our singular subjects, in those sentences, right? If, say, for example, we talk about the some of the sentence that has one that talks about one person, one animal, one place, one thing, in those sentences, all we have to do is we need to add an is to our verb. No problem. So we need to add an S to our verb. So which means that whatever our verb will be within the sentence, we just need to add an S. That it means because we're referring to one person, one animal, one place, or one thing that's doing the action. So our verb ends with an S. And an example is it says Kate walks the dog. Kate is our subject. I'm putting an S for subject. So Kate is the subject, and we it's basically making mention of one person. Kate is one person. She's singular. And what does Kate do? She walks. Remember, we said we add an S if we are talking about either one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. She walks the dog. And that is our verb. We add an S to our verb. All right. And then some of our sentences, right? It is about more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing. And within those sentences where we have more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing, in that sentence, we do not add an is to our verb, which means that our verb is just going to be straight without an is. So we're just adding the verb but without the is. And an example of that, right, where our verb does not have an is, we don't add the is to the verb because we are making mention of two or more people, places, animals, or thing. That we call plural form. It says Ron and Mike. This is our subject. It's two people, Ron and Mike. What are they doing? They make dinner. So Ron and Mike, what do they do? They make dinner. We didn't say makes dinner, make dinner. If one person is doing something, then we say makes, jumps, runs. But if more than one person does something, we only give the verb without the is, make, run, jump, walk. And that is without the is. All right. So once again, our subject needs to agree with our verb. So the subject needs to agree with the verb. And like we said, if we are talking about one person, animal, place, or thing doing something, and then we need to add an is to our verb. And if there's more than one person doing something, and then we do not add an is to our verb. And that is why we say our subject needs to agree with our verb. If the subject is singular, meaning we are making mention of one person, one animal, one place, or one thing, and then our verb ends with an S, or we add an S to the verb, but if our sentence makes mention of a plural subject, two or more people that we are talking about, and then we need to add, we basically have to not add any S to our verb. No S. And we're going to make more examples of that while we are going to be still doing this lesson. All right. So let us go to aplusstudents.ca, and we are going to go over to say if it is one or more than one. So we're first going to look at one or more than one. So we're going to a plus students.ca. And the first lesson is one or more than one. Are we talking about one person or more than one person? All right. And once again, we said some sentences, some of our sentences are about one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. And if our sentences is about one person, one animal, one place, or one thing, and then we need to add an S to our verb. That's if our sentence makes mention of one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. And if we look at an example, right, of one person, one animal, one place, or one thing, basically a that sentence. And then it says Kate walks the dog. And as we can see, Kate is in bold. That is a subject that's in bold. And the underlined word, that is our verb. And as we can see, our verb ends with an S. And then some of our sentences are about more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing. And in those sentences, we do not add an S to our verb, right? We do not add an S to our verb. All right. And if we look at an example, right, or more like if we look at sentences, it says we need to say if this is one or more than one. We need to say if this is one or more than one. It says the yard. If we just say the yard, are we making mention of one yard or are we making mention of more than one yard? If we just say the yard, that are underlined, are we making mention of one yard or are we making mention of more than one yard? The yard. So the yard is it one or more than one? So we need to say, is that the yard, is it 1 yard or more than 1 yard? And if we were to say that is 1 yard or more than one, then we can say it is only one. Because if we just look at the word yard, the yard, then it's almost like I'm saying that yard, or I'm talking about our yard, which is that the yard that is maybe dirty or the yard that is clean. But we are talking about 1 yard. So there is only one, it is not more than one. So the yard only makes mention of 1 yard, not more than 1 yard. You see, so we need to basically just, when we look at these sentences, then we only need to say, for example, all these words, then we just need to say if it is one, or we need to say if it is more than one. All right, let's go on to the next one. The next one says a prize. If we're talking about a prize, is that one prize or is it more than one prize? If we say a prize, is that one prize or is that more than one prize? A prize. Is it one prize or more than one prize? So a prize. What do you think? If I'm saying that the boy got a prize, does that mean he got one prize or does that mean he got more than one prize? If I say the boy got a prize, does that mean he got one prize or he got more than one prize? Yes, well done. So, which means that a prize means that we are talking about one prize only. So, well done. Only one prize. Well done. So, we're only making mention of one prize. All right, the next one says a rabbit. A rabbit. Is that one? Are we talking about one rabbit or are we talking about more than one rabbit? A rabbit. Is it one rabbit or is it more than one rabbit? A rabbit. So a rabbit, is it one rabbit or more than one rabbit? I saw a white rabbit. All right. And if we say a rabbit, then yes, a rabbit means that there's only one rabbit. Only one rabbit. Well done. Now let's go to our test. We are going to say if the subject is one or if it is more than one. All right. So we need to say if it's one or more than one. It says, is this one or more than one? Peanuts. 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 Is that one peanut or more than one peanuts? Peanuts. So peanuts, is that one peanut or more than one? So is it option one or option two? All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, right, by saying if it is either one peanut or if it is more than one peanut, and then yes, we can say this only. No. Remember, we are saying peanuts. Peanuts. Look at the word peanuts. Is it option one or option two? Peanuts. It has an S at the end of it. The peanuts. I have one peanut, but I have two or more peanuts. So peanuts. Look at the word peanuts. Is it one or more than one? It's like me saying chocolates with an S. Is it one chocolate or more than one chocolate? So peanuts with an S. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option to show that it's peanuts, and then we're going to say it's more than one, because we are saying peanuts with an S. So more than one. Well done for more than one. If we say it's his home, do we talking about one home or more than one? His home. One or more than one. His home. His home. One or more than one. He's home. Is that one or more than one? And if we were to choose if it's more or one or more than one, then we're going to say he's home. It makes mention of it only being one. All right, only one. If I say it's my cat, am I saying I have more than one cat or I only have one cat? My cat. Is that option one for one cat or more than one cat? Option two. Which one is correct? My cat. Is it one cat or more than one cat? And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, we can say my cat makes mention of